Hi, today I want to talk to you about my top biohacks or techniques to increase your energy levels. So the thing that I think is the biggest trigger for most people are toxins. Because we make toxins inside of our own gut and inside of our own body 24 hours a day. And it's just a natural byproduct of making energy, so it's unavoidable. But on top of that, you also get a lot of toxins from your environment, from your food, from your drinking water, and it accumulates over time. And not only does it accumulate over time, but also if your immune system is always busy taking care of all the things that are coming in, mold, pesticides and so on, the bacteria and parasites in your own gut, they can take the opportunity to proliferate and move to other parts of your body where they shouldn't be. So let's say after 10 or 20 years of this, you have 20 trillion more bacteria than what you should have. Those 20 trillion bacteria are creating their own toxins every single second of every single day for the rest of your life if you don't do anything about it. So that is the most overlooked problem that I see, and in my opinion it is the one that everyone should be addressing first. Are there other ways that you can work around and eventually solve the problem anyway? Yeah, but they're way harder than just binding to the toxins and killing off the bugs in the first place. The second thing is things that you can take to increase the cell's ability to make energy. And like a rule, it's going to be more effective for you to remove the things that make you weak rather than trying to take things that are going to boost up your body to create more energy and still deal with the things that are making you weak. So, but most people are looking for some magic pill, some magic formula of some kind. You just take something and then you forget about it and it solves all your problem, but it doesn't work like that. The things that make you weak, the things that stops your body from making energy and sends signal to your brain to decrease your energy production, is way stronger than even Adderall or a prescription medication to increase your energy. So you will always get more bang for your buck by removing the toxins and the bugs that make the toxins first. But there are some things that you can do. You can use red light therapy, for example, to stimulate your mitochondria to make more energy. You can take cold baths or cold showers that will also regenerate your mitochondria, which is the powerhouses in the cells that make energy. Working out will do the same thing. You will first break down your cells and then you will build up them stronger, and eventually you will have more functional mitochondria than you had if you didn't do it that way. My favorite though, what I think is the most bang for the buck, is to take aspirin, and we have studies showing that up to 7 or 10 grams is totally fine without side effects in studies. They even used that amount to first of all treat cancer patients, and almost all of the cancer patients cancers went into sudden remission, but also to completely heal diabetes type 2. So I think aspirin is completely underrated and almost completely safe. But be careful and start with a small dose and then increase your dose over time, and always talk to your doctor. Because aspirin has a function, it's called mitochondrial uncoupling. So the aspirin will actually destroy the cells, and the mitochondria in the cells would get destroyed, so they can't make energy. So the energy that they were supposed to make goes to making heat instead, the best byproduct of making energy. And therefore your body has to use more energy, and glucose to be specific, to make even more energy, because your mitochondria got destroyed. So if you keep doing that over and over, eventually you will first of all stimulate more mitochondria by something called mitochondrial biogenesis, which means that you make new mitochondria, but also because of the mitochondrial uncoupling, that you're destroying the mitochondria and the rest product goes to heat, and then you have to use more energy. So you can increase your calorie intake by 400 or 500 calories sometimes, and you will also get in the long run more functional mitochondria. So you will actually rebuild your whole mitochondrial system, the way that you make energy, from inside your body permanently. It's not permanently, because mitochondria always dies after a couple of months or years at top, but even if you stop taking the aspirin, you still have the new mitochondria that the aspirin made for you. So you will have the benefits even after you stop taking the aspirin, which is pretty awesome and cool. And so more things that you can do. The one thing that would actually solve the problem at its root, but almost no human beings on planet Earth ever managed to do it that way, it is to remove and heal the traumas that you have. So there are traumas that are stored in your muscles and also other parts of your body, but the muscles are the ones that you can control the most easily, and the heart, the digestive tract, the diaphragm, the pelvis are also muscles. So if you have heart palpitations, for example, like I had, and eventually pass out on the floor and lose all your teeth, then it's probably because you have a lot of unsolved trauma in your heart chakra, for example. The problem with that is that you have to go through your trauma, and it can be bothersome at times, and if it's something that you've been avoiding to look at for 20 or 30 years, your body has a pretty good reason why it doesn't want to do it. Most often than not, though, it's my personal opinion, and from what I've read and seen, not that serious most of the time. So your body tends to over exaggerate your traumas. It seems like it's way worse than it actually is, because you created a trauma when you were like between the age of 2 and 6, 2 and 8 perhaps, and you were in a place then where you didn't have your frontal lobe, your actual human being brain, so you couldn't reason where this was actually something to be afraid of, or if it's just something that it was made up in your mind. So if you got bullied, for example, you cannot see at all, because you don't have the evolved part of your brain. You cannot see that it was because of someone else, and that person might themselves have traumas, or that person might actually be a nice person at other times, or they can change, or they didn't mean to harm you, they just felt bad, or whatever other quadrillion reasons there could be. And so you get a trauma response that is stuck in your nervous system for 10, 20, 30 years, and all situations in the future that are similar to the one that you experienced when you were a kid, you're going to want to behave in similar ways. And I would argue that most likely most of you have a better way to handle life's challenges than just doing the exact same thing that you were taught when you were 2 years old. So reprogramming that is probably the fastest way to release the tension, which will release the trauma. When you release the tension, energy can flow easier, a lot easier, through your body. And so if you have trauma in your chest area, chest muscles, your diaphragm, your heart, the amount of energy that you can make is vastly limited. And when you release all those traumas, energy will start flowing freely again in the body, which means that the immune system will get more energy, which means that they can kill off the bugs in the wrong places, and the liver and the kidneys can get enough energy so they can detox all the toxins that come from the bugs, and your brain will get a lot more energy, so you will feel a lot happier, lighter, and everything will just be a lot easier when you have more energy. So that is 3 ways that you can do the same thing, but in different ways. Increasing the amount of energy that you can use every day, and doing one of them is great, and you will get a lot of benefit for that. But doing them, all 3 of them, is way exponential. It's beyond what you've probably seen anyone in your life achieve before, because the energy will flow so much easier when there's nothing in the way to stop it. So I hope you got some value out of this video, and please share it with a friend, subscribe. I'll see you next time.